Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist, that's a CBT therapist, and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. This is for educational purpose only. I wanted to discuss the 911 call. I've spoken a bit about it, but I am really, to be honest, I'm really concerned about this whole 911 call. The reason is that in the beginning, when the surviving roommates called 911, they clearly said there was an unconscious person. If they knew there was an unconscious person, that means they must have gone and seen the person unconscious. This was a brutal mass unalivings. So they would have clearly seen red liquid around. There was red liquid on the railings. Now DM's room is right next to the steps. So she would have clearly seen, forget about hearing, because they heard a lot that night. The transcript that came out said that the girls were texting each other. They thought they saw a man in black clothing. We know that DM said she saw a man with bushy eyebrows who was 5'10 or 5'11. So she did have a description of the person. She tried telling 911, and I understood the 911 operator usually tries to get to the point so that they can send help straight away. Send the police, send the ambulance, send the fire department, whoever needs to go there immediately. Now my question is, they keep on talking about one unconscious person. What about the other three? Didn't they go upstairs and check on Kaylee and Maddie? There was already red liquid on the railings. They already heard a lot. Rummaging upstairs, let's not forget, the roommates were texting each other, so they would have definitely heard a lot going on. Chief Fry corrected the ABC reporter when she said the surviving roommates were witnesses. Why didn't they call 911? He clearly said, I did not say that the surviving roommates are witnesses. He said, I said they were just there. Those words have stuck with me for 2.5 years. For the chief himself to correct an ABC reporter by saying the surviving roommates are not witnesses means clearly to me that the chief had issues with calling the surviving roommate witnesses. Now that they called 911, there were many people, obviously there were at least 4 different people talking to the operator. The operator said, I've spoken to 4 people now. She wanted to speak to one person so that she could send help. She asked them to go and check on the unconscious person. Hunter went there and he checked, and all Hunter said is go, go, go. Obviously, he saw a brutal crime scene. My question is, didn't BF and DM go upstairs because they texted Kaylee? There was no answer. They heard rummaging upstairs. They saw a man in black clothing. They did not call 911 for 8 to 9 hours. I would wonder, and I'm just asking myself a question, were they told not to call 911 until 8 hours later? Why did DM text her father? I wonder who Bethany texted, because it wasn't told to us, but we know that the surviving roommates must have called friends and the sororities and frats to tell them about it, because we clearly heard Eva, Kaylee's friend, telling ABC News that it was at 10 a.m. She said, I said, let's not worry. It could have been an accident. And then I called Kaylee. That was her words. And she said Kaylee did not answer. It was 10 a.m. So these people were actually calling other people before calling 911. DM was texting her father right before she called 911. And I want to know, what was that about? Did she need advice from her father just in case she would need a lawyer? Could that be possible? Obviously, you would call your parents and your family when something tragic happens, but you would call 911 first. How come they didn't check on the other roommates? And I'm sure this was a brutal crime with a lot of red liquid around. Make this make sense. 8 hours. Didn't DM need the toilet? Or was she using BF's toilet? Were they both in the first floor? Did they actually see someone? And why didn't they call 911? Make this make sense. I feel sorry for them. I'm sure they went through a lot, but there's so many questions. The 911 call sounded like people were in panic, but anyone can be in panic. If you're in panic and if you're so anxious, no matter what shock you're in, after a couple of hours, you would realize, not even a couple of hours, within 20 minutes when the person left, I'm sure the first thing you would do is call 911 because there's some stranger in your house with black clothing. That can't be a prank because you heard all the screaming. Let's not forget what Steve Gongalves said. He said it was a hell of a fight upstairs. DM said she heard rummaging upstairs, according to what we heard from Ashley Banfield. Something is not right in these calls. Then we have the chief saying that the surviving roommates are not witnesses. Is this the exculpatory evidence that BK is talking about? I do understand they were panicking, they were scared, but that should have happened in the first minute that you call 911. Unless the surviving roommates knew who did it and they knew they were safe and they were told not to call 911. There was a black truck driving through Banfield, and that was around 3:01. That black truck was recorded by the tripod from Illinois, Chicago, right behind the house. They saw a woman running hysterically from the sliding door. So there was a lot going on since 2 a.m. Why wasn't 911 called? I believe that this 911 call may actually end up releasing Brian Koberger, in my opinion. Because this doesn't make sense to me. Let me know what you'll think about it. Have a lovely day.